Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2024. Thanks for coming along for the ride with the Tech Talk crew. I'm Service Manager Derek. With me, as always, is
Phil Sims.
Chris, how's it going?
Really gets into it there.
Happy New Year!
And, of course, the voice.
Those guys are master techs.
Yeah.
We're
Master Tech Phil.
We're serious people with serious jobs.
So, yes. So thank you for joining us again. If you've already seen our shows, we appreciate that. We're going to talk about a few things this evening. We're going to go over some comments and questions that were asked from our previous episodes, and then we're going to discuss the 2024 Harley lineup because it's 2024, and we're going to talk about it.
And please ask questions and send comments. We
Please.
like them.
We still know nothing about
Don't ruin it, voice. Okay, so we'll start with our first question that came up. What is the fastest Harley? So that has a lot of layers to it.
Depends on what you're determining is the fastest.
Well, I think that's the question.
Well, but I mean, you doing top speed? We doing 0 to 60? What are we doing?
Well, that's that, and so those things are all legitimate. Yeah.
So
Currently, what would you say? Currently, fastest top speed Harley production bike, no modifications, off the showroom
Our
floor.
favorite, the Pan America.
Oh my God! Always
It's-
the Pan
it-
America.
we have to determine between fastest and quickest.
So
Well, the question is
Quickest
fastest. Fastest to me is what's your top speed?
And I'll say
fastest
quickest
right
is
now,
0 to 60 or 0 to 100.
Well, then it's the live wire.
Live wire would.
Oh yeah,
Well,
it's the electric bike. Yeah.
But they haven't.
When were they actually Harleys? 2019?
2020.
2020.
Yep. And I believe we have one for sale over here if you want an actually Harley badged live wire, limited
There is
edition.
a weird orange bike over in
I
the
know
corner.
it's pretty cool.
Which
I like
runs
it.
0 to 60 in like 3 seconds and will make your eyes water. It's really fun. Quick bike.
That orange bike had a rough start to life, didn't it?
No.
I feel
It
like-
had-
I feel like it had a wiring problem.
It had a slight issue from the truck that we then corrected, and it was a wonderful bike, and now it's fantastic. So anyway, so that's quickest. Fastest would currently be the Pan
Pan
The
Am.
Am.
Pan Am.
Previous to that, I'm going
If we-
V-Rod.
I would say in a straight line, V-Rod's
Yeah.
probably the
XR
fastest. but
1200 for Sportster class.
Oh, I was going to say, now you're
Flat
in the
track,
classes.
yeah.
I was
Flat
like,
track. tracking.
What about, is there a Buell that's going very fast?
Buell was the first 200 mile per hour Harley.
okay, well, there you go. So,
Were they ever considered
Well, Eric,
Harleys?
he raced them, didn't he?
Like, I mean,
well, I mean, you had the Harley-Davidson with Buell dealerships.
Well, they
We
were-
were not one here at Caliente, but they
I'm not
were
that
out.
old.
They were built off a Harley
And they
platform
were
for the most part.
The fact you could get a Sportster motor to go like that is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But the Rev Max does make the most power and goes the fastest right now.
And it's-
Right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so job well done. We answered that question.
We did.
We cleared it up
We're going
for
to claim
everyone.
to have answered that question.
Now it depends on what mode you're on the Pan America and whether you got knobby tires because that does. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it
and
does
if you're
limit
running
you.
premium,
Yeah. Well,
as soon
no,
as
they'll
we-
still go fast. They just make a whole bunch of ugly
As
noises.
soon as we figure out how to get that governor off, who knows how fast that Pan Am will go.
Skies. Well,
I
that's
wanna
true
see
of the
somebody
live wire as
reprogram
well.
The live wire as well.
I was gonna say I want to see somebody reprogram a live wire.
I was trying. I could never get it to work. So if anybody has that answer, please let us know.
Put it in the comments and comment section, please.
Because we have a demo live wire and we'll make it shoot to the
Exactly.
So
moon.
we have a question that says, does anybody know what the fastest modified Harley?
Oh, see
No.
now I'm not a. You talking drag
You're
bikes?
talking
You
dra-
talking
yeah.
because you got the king of the baggers out there running right now with those crazy 135s. I'm not into the racing the
then
level
you
to
got the
know what
salt
the fastest
flats.
thing
I
is.
mean-
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, you
So
know,
that's what I was thinking was the salt flat bikes are probably
they're probably the
up there.
fastest.
Or then you got New Zealand's fastest track that runs underground.
Yeah.
And
And then you're talking
there's
fuel
no
injected.
telling.
You're
I don't know
talking
what
fuel
that is.
injected. You're talking carbureted.
See, you get into the
You can get
weeds on
silly.
this one. So yeah,
But yes, there's a lot of them.
there's a lot of them. Or there's not. There's slow ones too. You just cruise around and enjoy life.
1965 Pan Am.
Oh my God. All right. Hopefully that cleared that up for you guys out there. Nick, do you have anything to interject on that one? No, not at all. He's shaking his head. He doesn't care, even though he's the drag racer in the group. Thanks a lot for that.
4 wheels, not two.
Okay, so we have someone responding to something that Chris said about the worst thing you do to a Harley is let it sit. They disagree, so you don't know what you're talking about.
You know, well, what they're disagreeing with, I disagree with because it's not doing something to a Harley.
Well, it's saying the worst
It's
thing
allowing something to be done.
worst thing you can do to a Harley is loan it to someone.
It's also a problem. I'll give them that.
Have you ever loaned your Harley to anybody?
Not if I wasn't following on another motorcycle. I've loaned a bike to a guy to go on a ride with us,
Okay.
but I was on the same ride and I saw everything he did with my motorcycle.
Same.
Really?
Yeah, actually, this past week, or not this past weekend, I'm sorry. Back in Thanksgiving in November, I let my brother-in-law take out my Pan America.
Really?
Yes. He said he was going around the block, gone for about 30 minutes.
Of course. That's
He was just
It did
beating
come back in.
thrashing it.
It did come back in one piece. So loaning it to somebody just depends on who you're loaning it to.
Yeah, I'll loan it. A buddy of mine was in town this weekend. He test rode my Pan Am because he's thinking about getting one. But I've had people borrow my bikes as secondary bike if they're going for a ride. They don't have theirs in town. I don't think I would just hand the keys to someone and they're just keeping it and riding it whenever they
No.
want. That would make me a little nervous. So I can agree with you. Don't loan it to someone unless it's someone you trust and hopefully someone with some money in their pocket to fix whatever they screw up.
But
And-
I'm definitely with Chris on this one. The worst thing you can do to your Harley is
Let it sit.
sit.
How would you know that? You got anything you're working on right now that?
Won't say the bike, but bike was probably sitting for 5 years.
Customer states 2 weeks.
Customer states. I mean, I dumped fuel out of that fuel tank, and it was lacquer. It was worse than syrup.
And
The
it-
shop
I
stunk.
mean,
Shop stunk for 2
Yeah,
days.
really, I'm not happy with you about that. I still have that
I
smell.
mean,
in
probably
my-
spent more on the bike
That's
than the
impressive
bike
that
is
the
worth.
shop was smelly.
Oh, rotten gas.
It's
Oof.
it's like fork oil.
Good
It's
gas, magical. Rotten gas. Oof.
Oh, and I got one more fastest bike,
We've already
Perfect.
passed on from that
but yes,
subject.
the rentals. They're the fastest.
The
Rental.
rentals.
Thank you, Jeremy Clarkson.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Credit where credit's due. Okay, we've cleared up the disagreement with
Or agreement.
agreement or disagreement. Yes. One more question, and this one seems to be a little bit more on topic. I was wondering if you guys think that upgrades to basic maintenance items are a good idea. Upgrades to basic maintenance items. All right. Well, if you're talking, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I'm
Oil.
shutting up. Shutting
Oil
up.
filters, upgrading. I think Harley does a good
Yeah,
job
filters
with their
I care
oil
about.
filters. Oil,
Plugs, spark plugs.
Spark plugs.
I was gonna say oil. I think
Yeah.
bumping to synthetic if it's
Bumping
not
up-
already there.
Exactly.
Synthetic for the longevity. I dig that.
Yeah.
And depending on the bike,
Depending on the bike.
you go older bikes, Tinkenberry bikes.
Spark plug wires. Absolutely. I think all those upgrades
You're not gonna
are
hurt
definitely
anything.
worth
Not
it.
gonna
Not
hurt
going to hurt anything.
Beyond maintenance, though, if you're getting into things like if you're in, say, the cam compartment, upgrading the oil pump to a higher flow, I'm a fan of that on
Yeah.
everything.
Oh,
I don't care.
absolutely.
If you're in the
Cam
cam
plate.
compartment for any reason, just do a
Upgrade
cam plate in the
everything.
pump. Why not? You're in there.
You're paying
Might
for
as
the
well do
part. Labor's the
cams,
same.
might as
More
well do
oil flow on that
adjustable
bike
push
is always-
rods.
Tune
Well, if you're
it,
getting in there easy, yeah.
you know,
I like perfect fits. I'm good with perfect fits.
I prefer perfect fits.
Yeah, because you don't like to adjust them.
I don't. It's pain in the ass.
It's your shop foreman over here.
Now, there's
I can
some
do it. I
stuff-
just don't like to.
There's some stuff that I
Gotta
think would
just-
make a big change, like suspension and stuff. I mean, those are
Correct, but see,
But
now
those
we're
are
getting into
really big.
Now you're
performance
getting into
upgrades.
performance.
That's so.
Your basic.
Yeah.
I mean, your basic
Tires?
maintenance at.
Oh,
is
tires!
personal
You're getting into
preference.
tires are a whole thing, man. You're getting and everyone
Says the man who's running a Pirelli on the front and something on the back.
a
right?
Dunlop on the rear,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
because I planned that. No, of course
Well, you gotta
not.
think. Okay, basic maintenance, because this guy doesn't do it anymore.
Well, he
What
pays
are you
us. He
doing?
pays
You're-
us to do it.
You're doing
Well,
oil changes, spark plugs,
filters,
filters,
air filter,
air filter.
But I would recommend the K&N.
Definitely air filters. If I'm going back to the Pan Am. If you have a Pan Am at 5,000 miles, we have to go into your
Airbox.
air box anyways.
Oh, but-
Definitely upgrade it to the K&N.
Get the pod.
Get the. Get
Front
the-
and Harley has them. We
Yep,
sell.
yeah,
we
we
sell a
do
couple
sell 'em.
versions of them actually.
There's three versions.
There's
Yeah.
3 different versions for 3 different types of riding. So
But I like the K&N for just maintenance,
Yeah,
cleanliness,
yeah.
and
I like
keep
the way
going.
it looks.
Yeah, 100%. I like that a lot. Brake pads, things like that. See, my thing is, so many years in a Harley dealer, I know I'll talk Harley product, but it works for
Yeah.
99% of the riders and riding styles out there. They work.
Doing R&D.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. I've known guys from the test track or folks from the test track. We see what they put them through, and under normal riding conditions, even in all the various weather and everything, they work well.
I have-
So I struggle with that. And if there's guys from back when I was in school, they would laugh at me when I do the keep it stock because that was our running joke back then. But the stock stuff actually does work pretty well. And yeah,
Longevity.
yeah,
George, our service writer, has a 2000, I believe.
yeah.
Carbureted bike with 100,000. He rolled 100,000, I know for sure. And
He's north of that. Yeah.
he's got 211s in it, so he does have a little cam in it.
Harley
but very
cam in it.
small Harley cam. And it's just pretty straightforward. But he does all of his maintenance.
Right. He does his maintenance. That's the main thing. Do
Every
your
5,000 miles.
do your maintenance. That's the big thing. So I know, and we'll start all kinds of problems talking about it because there'll be people coming around talking about, oh, this brand is that, and this guy's been, they do better than
I
Harley.
run AMSoil, and I run
And sure,
this, and I run that.
whatever works
all
for
personal
you
preference.
and your motorcycle, that's what I would say. So
Coming back to your question, spark plugs, run OEM.
I
get
like
the
doing
Screaming Eagle.
I like doing plugs more often than the recommended maintenance because
Sooner than later.
especially on the twin cams and sporties, it's so easy to get to. Yeah, just put
Exactly.
fresh ones in. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
How do you feel about air versus like something like what did he put in there? Nitrogen.
Nitrogen?
Or- yeah.
Just put air in it.
Air.
Go with it.
Air.
I'm not
I feel
gonna.
so fancy when I go and get
I-
nitrogen put in the car.
Yeah. Well, so with the tire pressure monitoring system from Harley, and then look, correct me if I'm wrong,
I
you're not
believe
supposed to be
you're-
running
I believe
nitrogen
you're
because
not
it throws
supposed
off
to.
the calculation. So the whole thing about putting nitrogen in because it doesn't.
Bigger molecule, it leaks out slower, blah, blah,
I-
blah.
and the
it affects
people-
air temperature affects it.
I heard people from like the aircraft world talking about you have to run that great on the bikes. Check your air pressure. We already talked about air pressure, air, nitrogen, whatever. You got to check it all the time anyway. There's no magic
you need to
bullet
check
for
your,
that.
You need to check your air pressure at least every other ride.
Yeah, exactly.
I
so
say I had
bare
a
minimum.
literally customer came in and they complaining about his TPMS sensor light coming on. 22 psi in the front, 33 in the rear.
if you ever look
on a
up,
touring bike, that's low.
if you ever look up
Put
how
air in
much.
it, everything's fine. That's it. Once a week, at the bare minimum, check your air pressure once a week.
Yeah, that's yeah. So I'm not nitrogen. I don't think it does anything, but I'm probably wrong, and y'all yell at me for it, and that's just fine.
But Nick,
Plus, what's the atmosphere made up of? Mostly nitrogen. But that's hey, whatever. Whatever.
When Nicky brought up tires, I think pick the one you like. With
I like the
way
round ones.
Round ones.
The round ones.
The way it wears. Everybody's like,
Ooh,
oh, I want a wider rear tire or wider front tire. The part that's touching the ground is about this wide.
No matter how wide the rest
No
of the
matter how
tire
wide the
is.
rest of So get what you like. If you want a more aggressive tire, get a sticky
How
tire.
about
Not
going?
gonna last as long.
How about car tires?
put
Oh, the black side?
He likes
I thought-
doing
Black
that.
side?
That's
I
he's
do not
chopper
like
guy.
doing that.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if
Dark
you-
side.
Dark side. If you've
Yeah,
ever
dark
ridden
side.
a
Yeah.
bike that has that on it,
Ooh.
terrifying.
You'll never ride it again.
I remember just riding like the Rocker C.
With
And
it-
those were terrifying.
Fat
I had the
rear,
wall on a
skinny
Rocker
front.
C,
Yeah.
and it was like
Well, there's such a variance between the front and rear size. It's a chopper effect. We will get into those kind of discussions
Yeah.
in another episode because we have you're giving away some of the stuff
Future
we're talking about in
episodes.
future episodes.
sorry.
God, this guy. That's all right. Well, we should get to our topic. tonight, though,
24s.
shouldn't we? We're off topic.
Now that it's the new year.
My producer is not giving me any signs as to time and what we've been doing, so I don't know how.
He's giving us signs, but we cannot
Apparently,
talk
we're,
about
we're
that.
right on schedule. So the 2024s. I'm going to share with you everything I know about them at this point. This may not be for public consumption. I don't know, but here's what I know for sure: there will be 2024 models in 2024.
Yeah, motorcycles.
That's
Come on, Harley.
that's all I know. That's all I know. They don't tell us anything. We're not going to see them until
We're
mid-month.
not in the know. We don't
know
get
as
any
much as you
secret.
do.
This is what's
I-
happening. They don't tell us.
I'm super excited as to whatever happens.
We
though.
will see it when it comes off the truck when we're unloading them.
We have
Yes.
hopes and dreams.
Hopes
Make
and
it-
I was gonna
dreams.
say, right now, hopes and dreams. That's
Hopes
all we
and
got.
dreams. Speaking of hopes and dreams, what are you hoping for? What do you hope to see in 2024?
In 2024, I
From
hope this-
Harley.
from Harley?
Yeah, not just in general,
No.
because I know.
So in 2024, I hope to see that they make it easier for technicians to
Okay, they're not going to do whatever you're about to say. They're not going to do
Engineers
that.
don't like
It's
it.
a motorcycle models.
to make it easier for us to work on.
Not a chance. No,
Not
that's
a chance.
not. You were there. You know that's not a priority. That's
You
not
worked-
even
you
on
worked
the.
there.
No, yeah, they're no. From the motorcycle line,
For the
what are you
motorcycle?
hoping to see? I'll skip you and go right to Chris.
Let's go to Chris.
Chris, what do you hope to see in 2024?
I'm gonna get. Everybody says we do a little too much Pan Bro stuff here, but I am hoping to see a 975 Pan America. The
small
a little bit
displacement
smaller
Pan Am.
displacement Pan
A little
Am.
lighter weight, maybe.
Lighter weight.
Get rid of some of the other stuff.
And I don't even think it needs to have the adjustable suspension on it, but
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
the
Just
adjustable
basic.
the adjustable ride height, straightforward, but
Not the
with some
non-S.
accessories where you put. You
If
know,
they can
bags
cut
on
the,
it
if they
and
can cut the
cut
weight,
by 100
that's the main
pounds or
thing. Because if you
something.
don't cut the weight, then
Yeah,
don't
what's the
bother.
point?
But if you cut the weight, I'm in.
I was gonna say that's gonna be hard to do on the Rev Max though.
Yeah,
Well, the
because
power
weight-
plant's the same, but all the stuff you're bolting onto it, and with
Yeah,
the
but
smaller
don't you sleeve?
displays, huh?
Don't you sleeve in the Rev Max?
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you sleeve, yeah, you're not
Yeah.
going to lose any weight.
You're not gonna lose much weight in a
well, from
motor.
but the
but
other
it's
things around it.
Everything around it, and I'm vertically challenged.
That's why we're not
So
engineering
you want
these
the
things.
smaller displacement. I think
one
the
to
new
stretch. I like my Pan Am.
the
Maybe
new
there'll
class
be a-
bikes.
If I would
The
be
new
okay
class
with
bikes,
them
yeah.
sleeving it if they could make it rev higher.
Well, you never. Maybe.
I mean, if
It was
you- I
creepy.
was
the-
gonna say
creepy the way you said
If you
higher
had a
there.
975 Rev Max,
Yeah.
smaller pan that went to like 12
Oh my God.
or 13.
I do dig that new little one that's only in the India market.
Exactly.
The 400.
The
440.
The
Yeah.
440.
440.
That's
So
kind of a cool
That
looking
looks
little.
kind of
For
If
for
they
urban
brought that
assault, that
over,
would be yeah.
Those are going to be our
a
class bikes.
commuter bike
Just
would
the
be
smaller.
great.
Well, the
No?
300. No,
No,
the 300
that's
RA
the
is the class
350.
bike.
We already know
350,
that.
300,
But it's the same
350.
chassis, isn't it?
Say,
They look pretty similar.
They
I
look
thought.
pretty
This,
similar.
From what I-
folks, this is all speculative at this point,
Speculation.
so please do not.
Well, so
Nothing
just so
you
everybody
can't
knows,
find on the
both of these
interwebs.
motorcycles are
Already
already
out.
out.
yeah, but we don't know what we're talking about when it
Well,
comes
no,
to
no, no,
these
no.
bikes.
They do look similar, but the 350 is a single. The
No, so it's a four.
So
they're
it's
both
the
singles.
440,
Is the
yeah.
440?
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
It's just
See, I don't
It's
even
a
know what's out
thumper.
on the market.
Ah, yeah.
It's a thumper.
Just as
However, currently, or last time I checked, the 440 was one of the best-selling motorcycles in the world, and we don't know anything about it because they don't sell it here.
I mean, we got rid of the street, so why not bring in another smaller displacement motorcycle?
that-
for
An
some of
entry
these-
level.
that's going to
motorcycle.
happen. I would like to see that in
Yeah.
24 as well.
Yeah.
I would, because the bikes have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and
faster and faster. And
it'd be
faster.
nice to have an entry level or just little attack vehicle like that for running around in cities.
I would ride one. Ooh, man, put
Oh,
me
the
on
other-
one of them.
I hate to say it. The other
Just
one would be a Street
Oh,
Fighter
yeah.
Pan Am.
Street
Just straight-
fight,
straight
street fight. So kind
Just
of like the
lower
stuff
it.
at the racetrack.
Yes, lower it.
Just
Yeah.
give me the Bronx.
Yeah.
You keep. I still
I-
think your Sportster S is
I
Bronx
don't live
world,
in New York,
man.
so I don't know what he's
It's
talking
not
about.
though. It's
What's the
that's
difference?
A Sportster. No,
Okay.
because you would have like a full-on
Sport bike.
sport bike chassis,
All
not
right.
the Sportster.
Well, it's the Sportster S though. That's
not the
okay.
Bronx.
All right, fine.
It's a
He
lot.
likes the. If you don't know what the Bronx is, go online and look up what the Bronx is. It was a cool looking
I
concept.
would say that's already
Possibly
out, like
production
the
That was a
bike.
concept vehicle,
concept
right?
it was.
I can
And the
dig that.
Milwaukee 8's great. You
I'd
think-
like to see VVT and everything.
You think they're
I
going to
think
change
that's
that?
coming.
I don't think it'll be in every.
Not,
Not
not next year,
24,
but I think
no.
it's coming long term.
If you haven't riven, wow. If you haven't ridden a new CVO with the VVT in it, you need to because of the best of both worlds, bottom end, top
I think
end.
you give it
get out of
5
that.
years, everything's going to have to be.
I
Well,
wanna
yeah, by then
see-
it will.
I want to see an electric
Here we go.
street glide from Livewire.
An electric street
touring
and
street
in
glide,
the,
I'd
Touring, electric touring from
and in
Livewire.
the saddlebags
Nothing but batteries.
and engine. Yeah, exactly. It'll be
It
a
weighs 1,200 pounds.
6,000
Oh, it's all coming.
pound.
Electric is all coming.
If you can, I've always said, if you can fully charge them in under 15 minutes, they'll be on the road. So that'll start a whole nother war of words.
That
from
can be another
people.
conversation.
Yeah, they'll be. Yeah.
I'm expecting possibly, maybe this year, maybe next year after that, the infotainment system on the road glides and the street glides. The
Yeah,
big,
the big screen. Yeah.
Again, if you haven't seen them, come down.
Yeah.
It's a bigger version of
And
Pan Am.
and hopefully,
It's all digital.
Well,
and
and
hopefully
all
being able to put
programmed.
the,
Touch
the
screen.
stage 3 stereo on everything would be nice. Stage 3 rocker on everything.
I was gonna say
would
it's
be nice.
pretty stereotypical historically of Harley to take whatever's on the CVO, which
Eh,
we currently know of.
They pick a line and they
And they
get
pull it
Yeah,
down.
I could see that happening. My hope for the VVT on the Milwaukee is because you've got now modes on that bike and you can change it up.
Yeah.
Who's to say that you can't get into more performance tuning, where you're making what used to have to be a mechanical change, but now you're doing it with software. I think that could be kind of exciting. You know, we've had it out on the Rev Maxes, but we haven't seen that level yet.
I think
at
we're
least in
speaking
our.
way more past 2024. Though.
I don't know,
Probably,
man.
but
These are
again,
ways to
They
get.
don't tell us anything,
I'm
so
hoping for-
we get to do what we want.
I'm
I think
hoping
they're going to
for-
have four wheelers. I mean, it's all we don't.
I'm
know
just
what
hoping
we're
for a
talking
new
about.
model.
Hot
They keep-
take: 5 years, Dyna's coming back.
right? They keep taking
Why
away
would you
models.
bring the Dynas back?
Oh, I got one. And for our current trike folks, I think they would they would be remiss if they did not make a Road Glide Ultra.
Ultra.
Yep.
Because I've had that request from a number
Or
of
just
folks.
put the other tub on it from the Triple X, so we can add a tour pack to it.
Yeah, I think because the RG3 is cool, but people want the full
They want
touring
full
capability.
touring
So I think
capabilities,
I'm hoping that one
Yeah.
hits.
A new
Just,
model.
I
mo-
think that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
more to support the customer.
Exactly.
One, I'm not saying that's where I'm going personally.
Or maybe
but
even make
that's-
something that you can swap out on
Make
the
it a VVT, Screaming Eagle, Road
something.
Glide. I mean, just go nuts with it.
When's
Screw
the
it.
last time we came out with a new model? Like an actual new model versus the G3?
Pan Am?
Well, the
The
RG3,
Pan Am, the
RG3
Pan
was
Am
new.
was what, 21?
21.
That was a revolutionary change.
Here comes the Bronx.
Yeah. I don't foresee a new model.
No.
I don't.
Not in 24.
I know people knocked around. Oh, we're gonna see the Rev Max in a touring bike. I'm like,
Nope,
I don't-
that's where you get your VVT from.
I don't think that's gonna happen yet. It's way too radical of a chassis design change. But again, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going by experience and what I'm seeing now and what people are after and what they like.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different ones.
So now, just disclaimer: if any of these prove to be true, we have no inside information. This
insight.
is dumb luck. Broken clocks, right? Twice a day. Do you agree?
A question about what are your thoughts on an electric trike?
We
There's
get a
enough
lot of
room-
batteries.
There's
in that.
enough room for some batteries. I'm concerned. Same thing. Everything. Range.
Oh, but in a trike, you could put a tiny little
You can make a
gas-powered engine in the back just as a generator. The true,
the first
Like the new, like
The hybrid
like
Harley-Davidson.
like the 25
Well,
Dodge
you would
1500.
lose-
yeah. Was that?
Well,
you
yeah.
mentioned you
You
saw
put it in the
something like that.
Ultra, you lose the trunk, but you still have the tour pack.
Yeah.
It's all about the range
And I mean,
and
you
the
would
batteries.
still get range. You'd
Yeah.
get a lot of range. You
I
get
was gonna
just
say,
as
if you
much
put the
range
tour
as
pack on there and you still have that whole
Yeah, but then you've got-
area.
You don't want to have that much weight up high though. That thing's gonna
No,
handle
No,
it.
but like the whole area below that.
The
you
trunk.
stack
The trunk,
batteries in
that's
there.
the
The
trunk,
trunk
yeah.
can make all batteries.
Well, if you're running lithiums, they're a lot lighter.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can figure something out. That was one of those. You mentioned the stuff up high. I was thinking Police Pan America.
Oh yes.
I think Police Pan America
I
would
know
be a
at least
fantastic
one
bike.
cop would really like to see that.
Yeah. I know
I
they're.
think they would have to put together a package that would make it.
Well, you've got
And
the
that-
police
yeah, you-
line from Harley,
Yeah.
and,
Or you
and I
come
know
out
there's
with a
I know
white
there's a
Pan
couple
Am.
there's a couple dealerships doing they're
Yeah.
doing the
Ooh,
conversions.
maybe that's a good direction to go.
Yeah, just-
What?
Come out with a
White.
white Pan Am.
Really
The-
paint color. That's what
Yeah.
you guys are going for with the big
Well, I
changes.
want them to add the
Yeah.
second battery in the back box
Paint color.
for the lights and
Paint
blah blah
color.
blah. But
I want a lime green
I-
in America.
Maybe this year they'll be blue. Yeah, paint color. Of course, we're gonna get paint color.
they could put pink on them.
Well, how about flashy CVOs? I wouldn't mind
Speaking
a
of
flashy
Pan America,
CVO.
pink on 'em.
Yeah, what if they put pink on them?
Yeah, we've been think. Oh man, I'd ride it. Yeah,
Well,
I
get
mean,
some pictures
yeah,
of the
because
pink
all of
Pan
our
America.
CVOs,
Just flash this up there for a minute. Like,
Well,
all of our CVOs are now what? Just basic colors. I mean, you got the gray, and
I would like to see some more.
We've only seen
some
the
more
gray.
colors. That they used to do really good colors, and they've
Lot
gotten
of
away with
very-
that in the last
yeah.
few
bring
years.
it back to like 2006, flashy yellows, blues.
oh no, I'm going back to early '90s. I want like the purple, yellow,
Oh,
all
man, tribal.
tribal,
tribal,
a chrome on
a
there.
lot
See-
of triangles.
See, and I really like
Chrome gas tank.
the
Oh,
tail end
man.
of the AMF days. That's what I like. The 80s.
Do you
know,
remember like the 2013 CVOs, like the Road King that was like that dark green, but it had tribal.
Oh,
all over
yeah.
down?
no, prettiest ones was it the 12 Road Glides where they had the white and the brown and the blue. There were 3 of them that year, and they were just gorgeous bikes. I think that was 2012.
Just
the
Harley,
root
if
beer?
you're listening, don't do the thing where you got the turned metal and clear coated over it. Don't ever do that again.
Oh yeah, I don't like that. Paint it for reals.
Yes,
For reals.
because I know Harley watches the show.
Well, hopefully we'll find out in a couple weeks and see if we've hit on anything or if we know what the heck we're talking about or if we're all just making it up. Either way, we'll get them in, and you can come into Caliente Harley-Davidson, which is where we are, and check these bikes out and ride these bikes. I'm sure that our marketing department will be putting that all out on our website, which is what? No comment from our marketing department?
I have to turn my volume up, okay? It is CalienteHarley.com.
.com. So that would be on the internet.
World Wide Web.
The World Wide
In
Web.
the web.
That will be wonderful. Well, I think that'll wrap up our New Year's celebration. Happy New Year's,
Happy
gentlemen.
New Year's, y'all.
We're not going to talk resolutions because we're perfect. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna break them anyway, so
All
I
right.
don't know why.
So-
I stopped doing that years ago.
So thanks everybody, and we'll see you hopefully in a couple weeks.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.